Yo, dream big about what? Big butts?
You dream about your mama.
Take your seats.
Yo, teacher. Shamika's feeling sick today. Yeah, sick of damn teachers.
Okay, because this is our first day, I have a surprise for all of you.
What?
I'll tell you, Julio, if you turn around. Today, there will be no schoolwork. Shamika, don't do that. Shamika, don't.
Well, what? What are you gonna do? Suspend me? Go ahead, suspend me. I wanna leave. I wanna leave.
Hey, look, the fool's leaving already.
Sit down. You see this? This means that this year is going to be different. This year is going to be about more than school. This year, we are going to be a family.
But you don't look nothing like me.
I'm going to be your family, and you are going to be my family, and that means that I am not leaving, and you are not leaving.
You have any lip gloss? What the hell?
Blue.
Well, what do you think?
We think it looks stupid.
All right. Oh, you come in here. Come in here. All the gum in this jar. The gum jar. Come on. Come on. Right in here. Hey, no, I see you. Come on. Right in there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Before we start today, I would like to go over 3 rules for this class. If you follow them, we will all have a lot of fun. If you do not follow them, there will be consequences. You all remember rule number 1? We are a family.
Give me a damn break, man.
We're not in kindergarten.
That means we help each other out. We stand up for each other. We defend each other. Rule number 2, we respect each other. Hey, you will call me sir, not man, not dog, not fool. If you are asked a question, you will say yes, sir, or no, sir, not yep, nope, nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh, fool.
Respect, Julio Vasquez. You will not talk unless I call on you. If I am talking, you are listening with your eyes right here. Rule number 3, we will form a line to enter and exit class and go to lunch.
Come on.
Shamika?
What?
What, sir? Oh, Shamika, thank you.
For what?
Reminding me about rule number 4, no smacking of lips and rolling of the eyes. If you break one of these rules, your name will go up on the board.
So stupid.
If you break another rule, you will get a check. If you break a 3rd rule, rolling down like waters. Here, pass this around, guys. And righteousness like a mighty stream. It's like on a hot day when you go outside and whoosh, somebody opens up a fire hydrant and there's water streaming all over the place and everybody's running around and going crazy. That's what Dr. King wanted justice and freedom to feel like. So, tonight, after we've gone over Dr. King's speech, I want you all to start a journal about your dreams and aspirations.
Hey, man, it's Lark. What's up?
Rule number 3, we all line up to go to the lunchroom.
You know what? Here's my rule. I ain't standing no line.
Oh, okay, Shamika. But because we are all a family, if one of us doesn't get in line for the lunchroom, then none of us gets lunch. Very quietly, 2 lines right up against the wall. It's good. It's good. Nice and quiet. Oh, looks like somebody's not hungry. Stop fighting. Let's go. No talking. And stop. Shamika, did you cut in line?
No, sir, I did not.
You do know that I have eyes in the back of my head, right?
I was here. Ask her.
All right, we're all going to stand here until Shamika decides to tell the truth.
I didn't cut in no line.
Hey, you're in Mr. Clark's class. No food. Yo, come on, Mr. Clark. I'm starving, man. I'm about to faint out and pull
Julio,
out.
get to the back of the line. And take that hat off. It's up to you whether we eat or not. Shamika, this is a family. And families treat each other with respect. They never, ever lie to one another. Did you cut in line?
Let's go.
We are all just waiting on you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, what is rule number 5? No lying in line. That's right. Now go eat.
In the first video, as you can see, it is a clip from a movie entitled The Ron Clark Story of 2006, based on true story. So the question is, why did you choose that video or clip? I chose that video because, as you can see, that it talks about how Mr. Clark disciplined and handled his students' different behavior in the classroom. And also, that video that I presented to you is very connected and related to our topic, which is the role of discipline in teaching. So I just have to summarize to you the movie so that you can understand more about the clip in my first video. Okay, so this is the summary of the movie. So Ron Clark, it is the name of the teacher, which is the main character, decides to look for a job, and eventually he finds a job at Inner Harlem Elementary School, where the students are segregated according to their potential. So it is very common to different schools that they have to desegregate or separate their students according to their potentials. So the principal of the school wants Mr. Clark to teach into the honor class. However, he refuses it because he wants to take the challenge to teach in the most disadvantaged class or in the lowest class. As you can see also in that video, in my first video, that the students of Mr. Clark are depicted as unruly, disrespectful, boastful, tough, bossy, and unconcerned with their studies. And they don't even listen to Mr. Clark, and also they always make fighting scene in class. So that's how hard it is for Mr. Clark to handle that students, but he never give up. So what Mr. Clark do is that he implemented some rules and regulations in his class. Okay, so he created distinctive rules in his classroom just to discipline the class. The first rule that he wrote is "We are family." So he said that they should treat each other as a family. It is just a simple rule, but it has its deep meaning. Okay, so as you can see in the movie, the students there were not really given importance to their family. So that's why the first rule is we should treat each other as a family, because in their own family, their parents never give them importance. So that's why it's the first rule. So the second rule that Mr. Clark applied is the we respect each other. So he said in the video that he should be called by his students sir, not not hey, yo, like that. So they should be respectful in calling sir to Mr. Clark. And the third rule is that they should form a line when they enter and exit, and also when they go to lunch. And the fourth rule is that no smacking of lips and rolling of eyes. So those are some of the rules that Mr. Clark implemented with that video. But when you watch the whole movie, there are a lot of rules that he applied or he pasted into the corner of his classroom, but in the video it is just limited. So it's just the four, but the most important rule in the story. So the second question is, what is its relevance to classroom management and discipline? So the video is very obvious that it gives so much importance to classroom management and discipline to the class of Mr. Clark. So in the video, the rules he implemented in the class help him to manage his students in the classroom, and also those rules are the ways in order to discipline his class. So the rules are very important, or the most important factor in order for Mr. Clark to manage his students in the classroom, and also it is a way for him to discipline his students through the rules that he gave.
The importance of discipline in the classroom are:
so the importance of discipline to a classroom is that it helps the student to be organized and not messy. So as you can see in the video, that when Mr. Clark implemented the rule number 3, which is forming a line when they go to lunch, they are very organized. The second one is that it helps students to become honest. As you can see in the video, when Jamaica cut the line, Mr. Clark told Jamaica to tell the truth so that they could eat their lunch. So it is a way for Mr. Clark to encourage his students to become honest. Third is that it helps students to become respectful, in which Mr. Clark told his students to call him sir instead of another name. Fourth is that it helps students to focus on their studies. You cannot see the actual scene that they were very focused on their studies while implementing those rules, because it is just like a clip. But if you really watch the whole movie, you can literally saw how those rules change the behavior and attitude of the students. So because on how Mr. Clark handle and discipline those students, then their behavior changes into a good one, which they now focus on their studies. Okay, and the fifth one is that it helps the students to become hardworking. So while implementing those rules, students saw how dedicated Mr. Clark to teach them and to discipline them. So they give back to Mr. Clark by working hard to their studies. Lastly is that it helps students to get good grades and to become successful in the future. So in the movie, or the conclusion of the movie, it shows there that the students from Louis' class that Mr. Clark handle is now have a good grades, and they have the highest grade among all section. In order for you to discipline your students, you must create your own rules in order to control their misbehaviors and to help them focus on their studies and to become successful in their lives. And that's all for my presentation, and I hope you learned something. Thank you and God bless.